Square Park,
J.
Harinam Ananda's into. What do you call it again?
I don't know.
Hare Krishna, Harinam Ananda. How are you? Good. Do people call you Harinam Ananda or just Harinam? What do you prefer?
I like Harinam Ananda because it's got the Ananda part.
Ananda part, yeah.
So,
Yeah, Harinam. It's cool,
yeah.
but Ananda. Okay.
I like to work with Ananda.
All right.
Otherwise, what is the point?
What is the point? if it's not blissful.
It was not blissful.
What
I
is the
don't know
point?
why we're doing this.
I'm in character.
I guess you're definitely
Wrong. Yeah.
I mean, we're in the home of Harinam Ananda. This is where it all started, no? Thompson Square Park.
Harinam Ananda. What does it mean for people who are watching this and like the home of Harinam Ananda? What does that mean?
This is the bliss of chanting the holy name.
I think this is where it might have took off.
Yeah.
Would you say it's like the first place?
It isn't actually.
It isn't?
Washington Square Park.
Prabhupada started the movement here in New York City. Actually, this Washington Square Park was the first place that Srila Prabhupada attempted. And back then, in those times, not as much as it is now. It was a little more of a law and order place and kind of snooty-tooty, hoity-toity, and there wasn't a very good reception. Where the Tompkins Square Park over here on the east side was much more better, and it was a young people mecca at the time.
Yeah. Oh yes, I heard Ramroy say that.
Washington Square Park was. Wow. I guess this is like, this was iconic because of like being featured in like the, I think it was like some
Like a newspaper or
East
something, right?
Village,
Yeah.
some local paper covered it. I think even New York Times covered it.
And actually, when you look at those pictures, Prabhupada is holding a small djembe. I'm just saying.
What are you saying?
I was saying it wasn't my danga, but today djembe is like, if you come with a djembe today, it's like, too much Wakanda, you know?
So yeah, I mean, yes, tell us who you are, a little bit of how you came to Krishna Consciousness.
Ooh, okay. Thank you for this, first of all. This is beautiful to have a voice coming from South Africa and now into the world. Loving this culture, beautiful, beautiful Vaishnav culture, which is not too far from Ubuntu, which is also like a proverb and a type of lifestyle and culture, which means I am because you are. Vaishnavism, Bhakti, everything's the same. I met the Hare Krishnas in late 2009, before South Africa had a World Cup in 2010. I came into the movement. I was already a Rasta, so I was already practicing being a vegetarian for like 3 years. And then a friend of mine, Tebe, shout out to Tebe. Tebe was like, yo man, there are these people who come on Thursday and they have free food. And since you're gonna be on the ganja and free food, it works. I'm like, where are these people? It's like next to the tree. So the tree was known for, it was an art campus, but the tree was known for anything. Okay, so if the campus was like an art campus, it's like the commercial art.
So this is our university.
This is University Pretoria Arts Campus. The tree would have been the underground art. If the school was like commercial art, the tree is like underground art, stuff that like sounds controversial to say or whatever. And the movement starts from controversial fight against the system, you know. So we'd go there and then this white van would pull up Manasiganga from New Zealand. We love you, Ma. And yeah, Tebe would say, yeah, the van is gonna come. When it comes, all you have to do is help them take out the food and the mats and then help them take it back. I was like, but how much is the food? And he's like, no, the food is free. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. And yeah, they came. The program was Kirtan, Tai Chi, Prasadam. That was the program. It's like, if you had come to Arts Campus South Africa, TUT, and you saw the Hare Krishnas at the tree or how they were doing, you'd see people just like doing this, wearing like that. And one of the first monks I met was Panchajan. Savyasachi, who's now Maharaj, like saw him later. Vrajbasi. And Narottam. Narottam was actually the first person who showed me how to put on a dhoti at the tree in TUT. Okay. And he was just showing me over there. But yeah, that's how I joined, met them, and then Manasi was like, you should come to the temple. I was like, temple? Because when you think temple in those days, you're thinking people in some Wudang mountain doing Shaolin. What? I'm like, is this like a Shaolin thing? Like, what is this? Like, no, come to the temple. There's more of this, but concentrated. I was like, okay. So they kept coming to campus, and it was our thing. Like, we'd go to the tree, smoke up a bit, wait for them. They'd come, take out the prasadam, conversations, tai chi, kirtan, conversations, help them put them back in. And it was like, come to the temple, went to the temple. And the first Swami I saw leading kirtan was Kadamba Kanana, Maharaj. And it was explosive. And I think from there, I was like, okay, these people are with the truth, you know?
What was like the main thing that sort of convinced you, like, okay, this is something I want to pursue?
The philosophy was great, but the halava was better. Like, because it was an arts campus, and the thing is, like Bamboo, Floyd, we called him Smurf, Neo, Tiza, Paki, so all these people like just artists. So we were big in hip hop, big in freestyling, big in rapping. So after Prasadam, we knew that and Manasi knew as well that we loved halava. So we'd have like freestyles about halava. And one of the famous things we used to say is, have a halava, have a hell of a halava day. Have a hell of a halava day. We'd like freestyle, kirtan, freestyle, have a halava day, splash Mavadi. Like in that group, if you'd say splash Mavadi, because Mavadi is water in Tswana, but like Mavati. But we say splash Mavati, we knew it's like holy water. We just, so every time it was just like splash. Splash Harinam, Hare Krishna, splash. We want some halava splash on you. Holy name for everybody, So it was that environment. And I think more than the group that I was with, we were like just smoking and chilling, whatever. This was the same high, but on a sober state of mind. And something Savya said to me one time, Bhakti Sarvagya Swami, he said, if you're a real connoisseur of weed or a real connoisseur, you'll know that you'll go for the highest quality. And this holy name is the highest quality, because not only do you take it and come down, you take it and stay there. The next time you chant, you just go up. Whereas with ganja, you smoke and you come down, and then you smoke and you come down. This one just keeps getting better, and it's not based or bound on the body. So it's just all of that, just non-stop, high, to a point where you realize now, like, you can hear the difference in when people chant the holy name. You can hear someone who has a great voice but hasn't spent a lot of time with the holy name. You can almost hear how quick you connect to the holy name. And then you have someone who, like, the singing is not so good, but the sincerity or the time spent with the holy name is more, so you connect more. So I like that about that. And yeah, I mean long-winded answer, but yeah, it was the food. Because the food brought the association, you know?
Yeah, right.
The food brought the association, brought the deep conversation, and we were watching Naruto and Dragon Ball Z by that time. So everything was just like, oh my God, like Naruto, Arjuna, Kurukshetra, Ninja War, Madara, Dronacharya, and all this. Like, it's just like these parallels, you know? And yeah, it was really cool. To a point where when I moved into the temple, I started, like Manasi would pack me so much prasadam. By the time I went to school, like they knew that Jambavan's coming with like prasadam. So I'd go straight to the tree because I knew there'd be people smoking there, and just drop off some prasadam and then go to class, and then at break still have some and then give, like, yo, what is this, man? What is this, man? Just eat it, man. You know, and then some of them are chanting today. Yeah, Hare Krishna.
When you came to Krishna Consciousness,
Mm-hmm.
what was the conflicts you had to overcome? Say from like family tradition, spiritual tradition, religious tradition. Was there any conflict that you need to overcome?
I think from home, there wasn't any conflict because I came from a Christian home, ZCC. Shout out to all my ZCC people. My grandfather was a priest. God bless him. God bless his soul. He was a priest, so I was coming from a home that I was used to seeing people come at home getting prayed for, and so, which is like the whole thing when you go to a temple and you see that there's like the fire around and the flowers for the senses. So it wasn't new to me, right? And I was really vegetarian, so that wasn't too big. I climbed over that obstacle when I was a Rasta, smoking ganja, telling my parents that I'm smoking ganja and I'm a Rasta. And they're like, oh my God, and I grew my hair. But when I went deeper into Hare Krishna after I don't know if it was a Rath Yatra or a retreat in Durban, I was like, oh wow, this is really cool. Like, there's more to this. And somehow got convinced, chopped off my dreads, stopped smoking weed, and I told my mom, I'm gonna chop my dreads and stop smoking weed. She's like, why? And I'm like, no, there's this movement. These people's like, whatever it is, do it. Like, do it. Whatever it is, do it. Like, if you're gonna stop smoking weed and chant Hare, whatever this is, and these dreads mobile, because my birth name is Mobile. These dreads mobile are unclean. If this church is saying you must take off this hair, then do it, my son. But I think they thought it was a phase, like a happy phase to be like, okay, let him do this. At least he'll get rid of the hair. But it was like the beginning of something marvelous, you know? So everywhere at home, everything was cool. I remember my grandfather, now seeing that I was practicing not eating meat and chanting, he bought a KFC bucket, like with drumsticks, and he put it in the kitchen. I was washing dishes. He's like, if this whole lifestyle is serious and you don't eat this, I'll respect it. But if not, you are wishy-washy. And I swear, that was like one of the biggest tests. I'm washing dishes, like, I could have a drum. I could have I could buy something. But I think that was my blue pill, red pill moment. He was my Morpheus. And chicken thumbstick was the pill I wasn't supposed to take. And then, yeah, I didn't, and that was cool. But obstacles that I found in the movement, yeah, that was like, zin. Because anywhere out of this movement, anywhere, like whether it's like soccer community, playing soccer, or in the hip hop community, or DJ community, or art community, there's nowhere I was like reminded that I'm in this body. But only in this movement was like a constant reminder that you're black, or you're in this movement, or it's like, oh, okay. But a part of me was trained like that because like black consciousness in being Rasta is an emphasized thing, Marcus Garvey, Haile Selassie, all that stuff. So I knew that some organizations were polluted by people's practices instead of what the founders of a certain philosophy came with. That was, I guess, my difficulty, and a continuing, unfortunately, difficulty in the movement we love so much?
So we have Krishna Consciousness. We preach you're not the body, especially skin disease is a term we use.
Skin disease?
This is a
What do you
skin-
mean?
Like it's a skin disease that we think we identify with this color of our skin.
They say identifying with the skin is skin disease?
Yeah. Even like, how can an Indian say we're not the same color? I don't know. I don't understand that.
If you took a frame,
You
like
wouldn't know
that.
who is
like
black,
who's who?
Who's I don't know.
Who's who?
Yeah. So, I mean, you're mentioning Ubuntu, and Krishna conscious philosophy really
It's
there's
the
some
same.
Yeah, it's nearly same or
Yeah.
synonymous.
Yeah.
I mean, can you explain what that
Okay.
means?
Okay, so okay, we're comparing Ubuntu and what? Bhakti.
What is Ubuntu?
I guess, yeah, Ubuntu was like, I mean, it's always been there, but like it was sort of like made famous and just like stamped by Holiness Mandela, or the world knows him as Nelson Mandela. Holiness is his Xhosa name, which means the rebellious one. Holiness. And yeah, he just started preaching Ubuntu, and Ubuntu means that, like, I am because you are, or I am because we are. It's basically like if like whatever happiness you get or sadness you get affects me. There's a Zulu proverb that says umlomo odlayo uthuka omunye, which means the mouth that is eating is cussing at the mouth that is not eating. So when you eat around people who are not eating, you must have enough Ubuntu or enough Bhakti or enough sincerity to be like, are you okay? Did you want to eat? Which is in the Nectar of Instruction, right? About like Grihastas feeding everyone before they eat. It's the whole thing. Same WhatsApp group. One is admin, one is some, but it's the same WhatsApp group, right? Yeah. And I think this is the disconnect, because a lot of people don't know our culture. They just assume it's something else, but you find that our understanding of this culture is far more deep than whatever they understand, because for them is, or not all of them, but a lot of times for people it's like things you practice when you're in a certain situation, or you see a Maharaj like throw down on the floor and let him see that you're getting dirty on the floor for him, when like offering obeisances in your heart is as the same, or praying for food before you eat it. It's like, it's the same for us. It's like culturally we understand that like before you eat, you leave something and you put it on the ground, because we know the ground being boomy or being nomkhubelwane, like it's the same thing. So that's where this, like, the connection of them is, and the frustration is that, like, people are almost, because a lot of people don't see, or there was a time when a lot of people didn't see black people as humans, right? Like we were not humans for a long time. So now they're just thinking they are like humanizing you, like, oh, wash your hands, or whatever. Prabhupada had to tell like the hippies here because they were dirty. They were not taking baths or whatever. But like you ask someone in Africa, it's like they'll tell you, like, don't look like your problems. You know, people are coming from bathing from a bowl like this, and then someone is coming from taking a shower. But when we're in the kirtan jumping like this, it's like, it doesn't matter. Was this guy from washing from a bowl or is washing from a shower? It's the Ubuntu. It's like, we there. It doesn't matter. And that's what was frustrating. It's like, why are we being othered in our own backyard? You know what I mean? His Holiness Kanana Marg. That's why for some people he was as good as Jesus, because everyone waits for Jesus to come back. And I remember Wikanyo, now Shiva Shambur, please, was saying that I don't know about Jesus, but Manasiganga came for me. That's how I know Kadamba Kanana Maharaj. That's how I know Srila Prabhupada, because this woman came. So for a lot of people, Maharaj was like our voice in South Africa to this movement. He was like our voice because, yeah, we were not seen. We were not seen. It's like you go into a kirtan and you stand there. Maybe it's like you like the kirtan and you just hear. You just hear. You know, the kirtan might be gong 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 gong, and you just hear. And then someone's like, Prabhu, dance, come, please dance. And you're like, oh man, can I just do the two-step? Can I do the two-step? Like, you know? But then you later see that people and dancing is a self-awareness thing, a social thing, and people who are more comfortable with themselves can just let go and dance, and people who are more thinking about what people have to say, like sort of like want to push you to do it. It's like the same in classroom. Everyone wants to know the answer, but you're gonna ask the loud kid in the class to be like, ask what's this? But the person wants to know, which the person who asks the question is dumb for 5 minutes. The person who does not ask the question is dumb forever, because now you are there, you're not asking the question. So again, I think it's a cultural thing, because the dancing in like people of color is like, it's a language, it's an unspoken language. Like when a child grows up in black culture, like as soon as they see the child like standing up, the song is Memi, Emi Nana, Emi. It's almost like the whole every walk is a dance, every talk is a song. It's like something we know. As soon as we see that, you just start singing because it's the rhythm of walking. You know what I mean? So that is encouraged. And then whereas in other cultures, dancing is like, it's like a professional thing. Like, oh, you do Odissi, or you do, it's like, it's a thing. It's like a whole thing. It's not like, it's the same as like art. Like a lot of art in the West is put on the wall. You go to the art exhibition. A lot of art in Africa we wear. It's around us. We wear, you see it. So it's an expression. So you can see like, oh, on a cultural level, the dancing thing for the other people is like a thing. Like we're going there. And for other people, it's like an expression. It's like a conversation for them. It's just, we hear. It's like, I don't have to watch what you're doing. Like I can just do this. It doesn't have to be, hey, Prabhu. It's like, you know, be yourself, man. It's this. Everyone else is take care.
Talk about kirtans in Pretoria Temple. With Kadamba Swami.
What was that? Kirtans in
Pretoria. With Kadamba Kanana Swami. What were they like? I remember when I first saw it.
When you first joined?
Oh man, when I first saw Pretoria Temple Kirtan.
Uh-huh.
I came straight from like Kirtan Mela 2012 maybe. Or
Which Kirtan Mela?
In Germany, you know?
Mm-hmm. In Germany.
And like I'm dancing and I think I'm the best, right?
Okay. On record.
I come to Pretoria, Maharaj is there, he starts leading. You guys flip on the blue light in the temple and it is pumping like anything.
Oh my God.
Prem Vikas backflip.
You did a backflip. I remember that
right?
night.
You go on the full start swimming.
Yeah.
I mean, these Pretoria Temple Kirtans, I don't know if you can share some highlights. And
so,
what does it mean to do Kirtan in Pretoria that time with Kadamba?
Number one, I feel like, you know, when you're in a moment in time, you always hear this from celebrities like, yeah, man, we were doing hip hop, we didn't know. And then it became a thing worldwide, but we were just doing it in the back of the yard. Kirtan in Pretoria, we were spoiled. Nitai, Nanda, Rasaraj, Prem Vikash, Vraj, Wikanyo, Jambavan, Eddie. Eddie.
He had the fight.
He had all these names, Sokwakana, Lebo, Lalita, Ayavela. Like, you have all these people in one place. it's like having, yo, I don't even know how to make an example of it. It's like almost like, I mean, respect to everyone, but it's like almost having like sannyasis in a kirtan.
I was thinking the same
Yeah,
thing.
it's like, you know, like sannyasis elevate a space, right? Or like Prabhupada disciples or something, they elevate a space. That space was, you know, usually temples are like big murtis, and it's like, there was just a Pancha Tattva
just like
picture.
pictures, yeah.
Like just pictures and Prabhupada, just Pancha Tattva. But the message was clear. You see, the thing is about Vraj and his family with Madhavi. Vraj understood and spent time with the holy name. And this is the big difference. Radhanath Swami was speaking about it like just yesterday in the class. When you have someone who has spent time with the holy name, it's easy for them to introduce you to it. And they introduce you to it in the level that they spend time with it. So you're almost like plunged into the deep end where you're like, why has the atmosphere of this room just changed? Like what? Because everyone is with a friend they know. The friend just stepped into the room like, yo, what's up? It's almost like handshakes are going on, like, you know? And everyone is just, it's like we've moved from Pretoria. We are like now in Vaikunta, you know? We are all in Vaikunta. We are all expressing who we are beyond what we are in this body. It's like everyone is their real self. You have the people who have the mood of like crazy dancing. Then you have Eddie who's just like making these random sounds every now. He's like, yo, we okay? It's like, yeah, we good. And it's going forward. And you have Maharaj who it's almost like he's seen this before. He understood. He's here. He's back here to pump it up again. And you have like at least 4 harmoniums next to him after this one breaks. So it's like, yeah, where's the other one? Give me the other one. It's like, and this is the mood. Someone will announce prasadam during like, cause they don't have space to be like, okay, now the prasadam is ready, because the kirtan is like that. And then it's like, okay, prasadam outside. Okay, Haribo, Haribo. You know, and it just keeps going on to a point where they have to cook again. There's been days where the prasadam was ready, they ate it, came back to kirtan, yavat, everyone, and then they have to cook again because we eating. Like this person that the holy name that is there is feeding us. Like you forgot if your car's locked or whatever. It's like you're here, you're in there. And every time we went to other temples or you could feel the difference. It's like, wait a minute, like y'all turn up, but y'all don't turn up, you know? And I remember even when we went to Chatsworth Temple, like it would be announced, like we'd like to welcome Steve Prabhu, thank you, Hare Krishna. And the Pretoria Temple is here, Hare Krishna. And just like, yeah, we get like Hare Krishnas because Hare Krishna. I heard cartels. Did you hear cartels?
No.
Okay. Anyway. You didn't hear cartels? Yeah, but it's like it's that. I don't know what it was, but it's like we all were like % sold out to this practice and this science, and already the culture of dancing and singing is in us, but now it's like purified to just like you're just like connecting. You're just connecting to the source. Like everyone has a plug and we're getting charged up. And oh, I remember Nitai, Nanda, who else at the time? Like we started talking about how even though you don't have a bead bag, people look at you different on the street. And then we were like, yeah, I saw that, bro. And it's like, yeah, like, it's weird. Like, And usually like you'd see it on a Monday, like in the beginning of the week, because Sunday was like love feast. We amped up, we've cleaned the temple, we've done everything. You've been called boy, you've like everything, right? And then you've chanted it away, you've washed all the dishes, and then Monday we're going to school or you're going to work or whatever, and then people are sort of just like staring at you, like every time they see you. And then we kept hearing in Srimad Bhagavatam that the more you associate with the holy name, it's like you're getting the Shakti, but you're getting it from like the comparison of the holy name being the ocean and you're the drop. So you're realizing more of the qualities of that vastness in this drop. But it's like the same thing. It's like why are these people staring at me, or why are they wanting to talk? And it's happening still now. It's like, even like when we came here, like that lady who was on the phone, hello. He doesn't know us, but it's like because like we are with the Lord, you know? Yeah. Are we waiting for the copter? That's what they do on set. Can we wait for the copter?
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kirtans. I mean, Kadamba Karmaj really knew how to bring the fire, you could say.
And you can tell the difference of someone who spent time with black people. You can feel and see the difference between someone who does or someone who's like, yo, what's up?
Yeah.
You can feel the difference because they move different. I mean, I must say, even like how they talk. I heard white South Africans say that we become cooler white people when we go to other countries that are predominantly white, just because we associate with black people, like in terms of music or how they talk or whatever. So when someone appreciates a people and their culture and then just inserts Krishna consciousness, it works. But when you come with trying to like ignore what these people love and hold to a high esteem and just like shove whatever you want to shove, then it's not organic. It's like, am I only accepted to come to these things if I put on a kurta? You know? Like if I came wearing my like Zulu attire, Xhosa attire, or whatever, that's an attire that you don't know, am I still accepted, or what must I do? And people take that into account. There's a lot of people I started practicing with who left the movement because of these small details. Because Bhakti is in the details. Like you can come with whatever you come with, but if the details are not met, then it's not taken in. Prabhupada was giving sannyas to people for like two months. You come 2 months and you say, hey Prabhupada, there's preaching needed in Thailand. You want to go to Thailand? To go to Thailand, you have to represent, you have to be a good representative of our movement. Here's a danda. Your name is da-da-da-da-da. Go and do it. We'll see you in a year. Whether that person does great or falls flat on their face or whatever, Prabhupada recognizes the enthusiasm of them going there. And this is what he takes to Krishna. Like, you see? And then the mercy comes. That's how it works. It's like, now we're doing all these exams just to get the holy name. Hare Krishna to that. Haribol, all these courses, you know? Hare Krishna. We respect them. And another thing, I just want to say this. People who practice Krishna consciousness, people who spend time with the holy name, you find that in the movement, you organically gel with them. Organically, like, you don't have to know them. Like I met Narad Muni here for the first time. I don't know this guy from nothing. I met him a week before he took the vow of being brahmachari. And we clicked then, he became brahmachari, we still click now because he spends time with the holy name. And also like my upbringing as well, it's like I spent time with the holy name. And I think Pretoria was big about that. immaculate prashadam and immaculate holy name. Like you can't go wrong. Like we are here about the holy name, Prabhu. Sometimes there was a saying in Pretoria, it's like, Krishna, I approve. You know, it's like Krishna didn't approve that. Like when you come up with something that's just like not on the vibe of like Sankirtan, it's like, aye, Prabhu, Krishna, I approve. Sorry, Prabhu. Yeah, just like that.
But you in Vrindavan, you went with your spiritual master, Bhakti Marg Swami, to see Kadamba Maharaj in his final days.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about that. Like, did you know you were gonna go and see it?
I knew I was going to go to New Vrindavan. I had aspirations to see him, but I didn't know. I don't know if I knew if he was in Vrindavan. Yeah, I think I knew he was in Vrindavan, but I didn't think I'd be able to see him because, you know, I was like, so many people protect and like, Swami. And then I met this brahmachari who was like, are you going to see Maharaj? I was like, I'd love to see Maharaj. And this brahmachari said to me, if you go see Maharaj, make sure you go with your spiritual master, because that way they can't like turn you away. You just stay close to him. And I was like, thank you, brahmachari. And then we went up. You go up like these stairs. You open the door. You're in the kitchen. There's like a whole group of Kanana Maharaj disciples. Some, you know, like in deep moods. Some in the kirtan. And then I'm like, yo, how am I gonna do this? Because I'm not a disciple. I know Maharaj, South Africa, but I'm not a disciple. Do I do the humble devotee thing? Or do I do the Wu-Tang thing and just go see Maharaj? And I went Wu-Tang. I held Bhakti Marg Swami's chada. What did you have? No, like a dhoti. And literally, like, I did that, like it says in the books, like, grab on his dhoti, and then you go to the spiritual master, to the spiritual world, something like that. I was like, this is it. This is my moment. Like, no one's going to tell me anything. I grabbed it. Maharaj was weaving through the people. Keshav Swami was sitting, before I even knew him, like he was sitting there, and then like on the wall before we went in. And then before we went in, someone gave me an eye, and I gave them an eye. Then we walked in. When we walked in, Maharaj was on the bed. Vibhu was standing next to the window. I was sitting this side. There was a table here. But we were also with our god brother from Mayapur. I forget his name. Big shout out to you. And he was sitting where Kanana Maharaj's feet were. So my spiritual master goes on the bed, holds Maharaj's arm like that. He's like, well, I guess it's on to the next one. And then Maharaj says, yeah, I think my job is done here, but you will all carry on. And then they started talking, and then Maharaj asked him, but what about your family? And then Kanana Maharaj is like, yeah, I have a sister, but in this lifetime she didn't like take up to it, but maybe in the next. It's like they were speaking. For me, it was like darshan of how to leave the world. Whereas I've seen my grandmother, who was on a hospital bed with like pipes and stuff, it was a different leaving of the world. This was like someone realized, cognizant of the environment, and speaking about service that's done and service that is going to. While he's speaking all of this, my god brother touches Maharaj's feet. While he's speaking, he's just like holds them and I think puts them on his head. So while Maharaj is speaking to Maharaj, he looks at his feet, and he was lying down like this, right? So he gets up, which was like a lot of energy for him. He gets up and he looks at Prabhu. What's his name? Sanatan. I think Sanatan. And he's like grave face. He's like, and then he's like this. But luckily he did that. Shout out to his culture, because luckily he did that. And Maharaj turned and he's like, oh, Jambavan. I'm like, Hare Krishna Maharaj. He's like, you're here. I'm like, yes, Maharaj. He's like, oh. And then he lies down again, and then he laughs, and then he tells Maharaj, he's like, Jambavan is a good actor. He will help our movement. And obviously I start crying, but I'm trying to not show him because you're in an environment like, hence why a lot of women were asked not to come in because of that whole emotional side, which is everyone was emotional, not saying like the men weren't emotional, but the men, yeah, like the world's tough on us, so we can cry inside, you know. So like I'm there, like, and then he grabs my head, and then he holds my sika like that. I'm like, oh, what's happening? I hope this is mercy, you know. And then, but in that moment, I sort of like the spiritual side of me leaves, and I'm looking at all of this on a material, bodily side. I was like, this man has done so much preaching in Africa. I am the only African to witness this. Yes, this is like an honor, but I also know that it would mean even more for his disciples to be in that room and experience this for like their Swami, you know. And in that moment I was a bit disappointed with ISKCON. It's like the voice of the African is not like heard, you know.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama.